There's something odd about a shadow. It moves with you, mirrors your shape. You don't talk to it. You don't even notice it most of the time. But it's there, silent company. A shadow is the personification of solitude. I love spending time alone, on rides like this, or hiking, or even inside too, at home reading, journaling, or just daydreaming. I'm an introvert by nature, and being alone is where I reset, where I slow down enough to actually hear myself think. I never feel like I'm wasting time when I'm by myself, but sometimes that comfort cracks a little. It's subtle, like a slight shift in the weather. The same stillness that once felt peaceful suddenly feels a bit hollow. The quiet isn't restorative anymore. It becomes more isolating. That's how I experienced the line between solitude and loneliness. It's a thin one, and I cross it more often than I'd like to admit to myself. I did a 10-day silent meditation retreat a few years ago. No talking, no phones, no books, just you, your thoughts, and your breath. You weren't even supposed to make eye contact with fellow meditators, and you couldn't have on you any paper or pens to write thoughts down. You know, because that would be grasping to hold on to the inherently fleeting and all that. Like most first-time meditation retreaters, I experienced plenty of highs and lows. And by the end of the retreat, something really surprising happened. I was in a state of feeling incredibly calm and peaceful, as if I was walking around with this deep well of joy just under the surface. But amidst that bliss, I kept catching myself wishing that there was someone to share it with. Like the peace was somehow incomplete without connection. There were moments, walking slowly through the grass, or eating alone in silence in the cafeteria hall, where I felt a kind of ache. Not because anything was wrong, but because something was missing. It was this profound experiential realization that solitude, while beautiful and necessary, can start to feel almost like a closed loop. It's not that I needed to talk to someone, more like I just wanted someone to witness it with me. And that, to me, is the difference between solitude and loneliness. Solitude is when you're content being with yourself. Loneliness is when you wish someone else was there too. It happens on bike rides sometimes, like this one. I'll be riding with the sun low in the sky behind me, wind in my face, the world glowing, and a thought will flash in my mind. I can't wait to show my friend photos from this ride. Or, I should come back here tomorrow with my partner. Those are lonely thoughts. But it doesn't ruin the moment. It just colors it differently. It reminds me that I'm human. And while I love introverted me time, I still crave connection. Beauty feels more complete when it's shared. And I don't think that means I'm failing at solitude. I think it just means I'm not meant to only be alone. None of us are. I've started thinking about solitude and loneliness like a tide. They ebb and they flow. Sometimes I need more space, sometimes I need more connection. And when I start feeling one pull too strong for too long, I try to gently shift toward the other. If I've had too much stimulation, too many conversations, too much noise, I carve out time for myself. I go ride alone. I sit in nature. I write something that perhaps no one else will ever read. But if I've been alone for too long, even if the days have been peaceful, there's a kind of erosion that starts to happen inside. Like I'm slowly fading at the edges. And that's when I reach out. Sometimes calling a friend or going to cafe, not to talk to anyone, but just to be around other people again, to be part of the world. We need both, and both can feel uncomfortable when we have too much of them. For me, solitude can feel like freedom until it starts to feel like exile. Connection can feel like warmth until it starts to feel like stress and pressure. So I try not to chase a perfect balance. I just try to notice when I'm leaning too far. The truth is, there's nothing wrong with being alone, and there's nothing wrong with feeling lonely. They're just signals, emotional signposts that say, maybe you need a little more of something else right now. I found that naming those feelings out loud, in writing, on rides like this, helps me find my way back to center. There's a kind of wholeness that comes from learning to enjoy your own company and still knowing when you want someone else around. So I ride with my shadow, and I remind myself that even when I'm alone, I'm not alone in all of this. We're all just trying to find that rhythm, the gentle give and take between being with others and being with ourselves. If you've ever felt that tug, the ache in the quiet, or the overwhelm in the crowd, then hey, same here. You're not doing it wrong. You're just human. Drop a thought in the comments on how you balance solitude and loneliness in your own life, and I'll see you on the next ride.